Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, May 11th, and we are working on understanding the story today. We'll work on comprehension of the story by rereading the story. We'll complete the asking questions worksheet together, and you'll answer slide number 4 and turn this in. So your objective is to use text evidence to answer questions to deepen your understanding. And of course, you need to answer the questions using the RACE strategy. Okay, so I can use the RACE strategy to answer questions about Dear Mr. Winston. So let's practice. When you're reading, you should be asking yourself questions like who's in the story, right? Who are the characters in the story? So in our story, we have Kara and Dear Mr. Winston. All right. When does the story take place? Okay. Do they tell you the time of year? Do they tell you the time of day, the day? Okay. Is it a Monday? Is it a Wednesday? Is it the month of May? Is it the summertime? Do they tell you that by telling you clues like, it was really hot out. It was a hot July day. We were battling a winter storm, so you know that it's wintertime. So when doesn't necessarily have to be exact, but when would be clues to tell you what time of year, what time of day. Is it AM or PM? Was it close to you having to go to bed or dinner time? Were you late for dinner? Or the characters late for dinner? Okay, remember that who is the characters, who are the characters in the story. That's who is the story about. So you have the who and the when. Then you have what. Now, when you're reading something, you need to ask yourself, well, what's the problem in the story? What problem is being faced? So in our story, Kara, the main character, what's her problem? What happened in the story? But why did the problem happen, right? So we need to think about why. So why did the problem occur? So she puts the snake in the box and she leaves the box outside with a snake in it. And, Mr. Winston opens the box, but why did the problem occur? Did she have to bring the snake with her to the library? So why did that problem occur? Where does the story take place? Well, we know that it takes place at a library, but did they tell you anything else? Do they tell you another location? In stories, they'll tell you maybe the name of a town. So like in Dear Uncle Romy, me and Uncle Romy, the where was New York City. The where was North Carolina. Okay. And then finally, your how is how does the problem get solved? Okay. So whenever you're reading, we need to think about these 6 questions. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. And that will help you deepen your understanding of what you're reading, right? So as you're reading, you get introduced to a character. Oh, the how. Okay, here's my characters. And then they give you your setting, right? They tell you the setting. Okay, that's the when. Then also in that setting, it tells you the where. So sometimes you can get your when and where together. Then as you read, the problem starts to develop. Okay? And you need to make sure that you're understanding what the problem is. So what's the problem and why does the problem happen? And then how does the problem get solved? Okay, so now we're going to answer some questions about the story. You guys are going to do that on your own. You're going to remember to do the RACE strategy. So that means restate the question, take out those question words and put that question into a statement. You'll answer all parts of the question. Remember, sometimes there's multiple pieces. You'll cite your evidence, which means that you're going to go back into your story and show me proof. You're not just going to say, oh, Kara blamed Mr. Winston for the snake getting out, right? Well, you need to show me proof. Go back into the story and show me where some type of evidence from the story. And you're going to say, well, according to the story, or the story states, Kara blames Mr. Winston because, well, he insisted on opening the box. Okay. And with your explanation of your citation, you're going to make sure that your E is also called your ending sentence. Okay. This explains how Kara thought that the snake getting out was Mr. Winston's fault, okay? So I like to usually say E means the ending sentence, but, explain your citation with some extra evidence, okay? All right, so today's questions, draw a conclusion, right? So that means that we're going to take a guess. Why does Kara seem to blame? It should say, why does Kara seem to blame Mr. Winston? Sorry about that. Why does Kara seem to blame Mr. Winston for the snake escaping? Okay, and it says support your answer with 2 details from the story. Not just one, not just he blames, Kara blames him because of this. You need evidence. Support your answer with details from the story. Why does Kara think it was a good idea to bring the snake into the library? How does she try to convince Mr. Winston? This is a 2-part question. So you have 2 questions that you're answering, and you're doing that with supporting details. 2 details. What evidence does Kara provide that the snake was not dangerous? In what ways does Kara's letter of apology seem insincere? And here at the bottom it says insincere means not expressing genuine feelings. It's kind of like a forced apology, okay? Did someone tell her to do it? Why did her apology seem insincere? And include details from the story to support your thoughts, okay? So you need to form your opinion, but we're not saying in my opinion. We're just going to say Kara's letter of apology seems insincere because, and then you'll state what you think, okay? And then you'll go back and you'll pull evidence from the story to support that side of your opinion. All right, so that's it on your reading today. If you have any questions, post them on the reading board. Have a great day.